So in this video lectures, we are going to be trying to understand what is the equation of equilibrium for the concurrent forces. In the previous classes also we have seen, we identify the resultant component by using the concurrent forces and different types of the laws. So here the is going to be the equations of equilibrium for a system of concurrent forces. As we know that the concurrent forces means that's going to be the originating from this point. Suppose this is the O is the originating point and all the forces are going to be passing through this point. That means the line of action is going to be passing through the same point. So how many forces? 1, 2, 3. Then the 5 forces are there. Then this is going to be existed on the same plane and the 5 forces are there. Then we can say this is going to be the concurrent forces. Then what is the equilibrium? As we know the equilibrium nothing but, so it is going to be in the steady state condition. Either it is going to be at the rest condition or it is in the motion. So then what will happen? So in this case, what is the equation? How we are going to be developing the equilibrium? When that equilibrium condition we are going to be achieving. So that's points we are going to be discussing. So as we know that in this case, we found that the resultant of several forces F1, F2, F3 and F5 forces we have resolved, and the resultant component we calculated by using the resolution method or maybe the polygon law method. So right, and we are getting some magnitude and inclination also we have achieved. But if the resultant component is going to be 0, when this is going to be when the resultant component is 0, then we can say the system is in the equilibrium condition. You got it? All the forces are acting in this one, and the particle may not be move any of these 5 forces, but it will move in the resultant component direction. If the resultant component itself is 0, then the system is in the rest condition or in the continuous motion. So then we can say that is going to be equilibrium condition. So then for this one we are going to be giving the definition for that part. And here is the statement: when the resultant of all the forces, all the forces acting on a particle. See, the resultant of all the forces are acting at a point is 0. Then the particle is said to be in equilibrium. The resultant force is going to be 0. When all the forces are acting at a particle, then the system is said to be in the equilibrium condition. So if you want to satisfy this condition in the equilibrium condition, it means that so we are resolving into the x component as well as the y components. So at individual level, the summation of the forces in the horizontal forces, suppose for this one sigma f of x, suppose that force itself is going to be, suppose this one r is equal to that square root of summation of the x components, the summation of the y components. So that I am going to be say f of y. So this is the f of y square. Then what will happen? This is equal to 0. So when the r is going to be 0, then that is going to be the forces in the x direction is equal to 0, the forces y direction is equal to 0 at individual levels. So then that's going to be sigma f of x is equal to 0, sigma f of y is equal to 0. If this condition is going to be satisfying, then automatically the resultant component is going to be 0, then the particle is going to be said to be in the equilibrium condition. Yeah, that we have seen. R is equal to 0 means the r is equal to the square root of sigma f of x square plus sigma f of y square equal to 0. Then from this case, sigma f of x is equal to 0 and sigma f of y is equal to 0. What it means here, that's going to be sigma f of x is equal to that force I'm going to be resolving into the x direction as well as in the y direction. That's going to be f1x plus f2x plus f3x, the number of forces that is equal to 0. So that means the individual components are going to be equal to 0. And similarly, in this case, sigma f of y is equal to, what is this one? f1y, f2y plus f3y, the number of forces that is equal to 0. So this way, we are going to be say the summation of the forces in x direction equal to 0, the summation of the forces in y direction is equal to 0, then finally r is equal to 0. So these are x direction components, these are the y direction components. So then I am going to be say these are going to be the equations of equilibrium. What is the equations of equilibrium? That's going to be the summation of the forces in x direction is equal to 0 and summation of the forces in y direction that is equal to 0. Then these two we are going to be called equations of equilibrium methods. Now we are trying to solve the problem on this equation of equilibrium. As we know that equation of equilibrium nothing but the resultant component is going to be 0. when all the forces are going to be. The resultant of the components, that means here the number of forces are going to be acting in that on that particular point, then the resultant of all the forces are acting on it is equal to 0, then we can say the system is in the equilibrium position. So in this case, the problem is that the two ropes he has given, the two ropes are tied together at C. So that means this is the point C, they are going to be AC and the BC, the two ropes are going to be the two ends, that ends are going to be the C here. And A is going to be connected to horizontally here, and B, another end is going to be connected at B. So at C, if the maximum permissible tension in each rope is going to be 3.5 kilonewtons. So I am going to be considering AC is going to be the string, it is going to be consist of the tension. So that I am going to be say TAC is equal to 3.5 kilonewtons. And similarly, TBC is equal to 3.5 kilonewtons. So each string is going to be carrying around the 3.5 kilonewtons tension it is carrying. What is the maximum force P? So we need to calculate the P value. What is the maximum force P that can be applied, and in what is the direction? That means we need to calculate the theta also. So in this case, he has given the two ropes, and that's going to be AC and the BC, and the maximum permissible tension also he has given 3.5 kilonewtons in T. That means in the AC, and the BC also 3.5 kilonewtons, right? And we need to calculate the force, how much it is required to keep the system in the equilibrium condition. Then what is the direction it is going to be making? So for this one, I am going to be draw the free body diagram. So in this case, what will happen? I am going to be taking at the point C is the free body diagram. You can draw the free body diagram at A as well as the B also. But in this case, the three forces are going to be existed over here. At the same time, these are also making an inclination. This is going to be at 50 degrees it is going to be making, and similarly this one is going to be making 20 degrees, right? AC is going to be making 20 degrees, BC is going to be making 50 degrees. So that we are going to be calculating the free body diagram, that is equal to, this is the point C, suppose this is the point C. So then what will happen in this case? This is going to be, the tension is going to be, the P is going to be, we are assuming pulling towards that side. The tension is going to be acting TAC in this direction, and this is going to be the TBC in this direction, and this is going to be, the P is going to be acting in this direction. At the same time, these are all going to be making an angle. So this is going to be making an angle 20 degrees, and this is also making an angle of 50 degrees. So the 20 degrees as well as the 50 degrees, and it is going to be making an angle theta. So then I am going to be resolving the forces in the x direction and the y direction by considering. So what is the equations of equilibrium? That force is going to be sigma f of x is equal to 0, right? And I am going to be resolving these forces x-axis as well as the y components. So then that is equal to, so first I am going to be taking the P here. So what is the horizontal component for this one? That's going to be P cos theta we are going to be getting. So that means adjacent side. So next here is going to be TAC is going to be, that is going to be moving towards the left side. So that's going to be minus TAC cos 20 degrees, and the TBC acting towards this side, x-axis is increment is there. That's why positive I am going to be taking TBC cos 50 degrees I have taken. And similarly, sigma Fy is equal to 0. This combination we can say the system is going to be in the equilibrium condition. So that is equal to the P. In this case, the vertical components we need to take it. That's going to be P sin theta, and this is going to be minus TAC sin 20 degrees. The TBC also acting in the vertically downward direction. That's going to be TBC sin 50 degrees. We got it. So in this case, we are equating to 0. So then we need to find out the value of the theta and value of the P. See, that means the two equations, two unknowns we do have. So then easily we can calculate it. So I am going to be simplifying this equation. So this is equation, the P, that is going to be sigma f of x equation, that is equal to 0. So that I am simplifying, P cos theta is equal to TAC cos 20 degrees minus TBC cos 50 degrees. I am going to be considering this is the equation 1. So once we got it this one, so then the second equation, sigma f of y is equal to 0. This equation, how I am going to be writing? This is going to be the P sin theta, that is equal to PAC sin 20 degrees minus PBC sin 50 degrees. Then I can say this is the equation 2. And we developed the two equations. I am going to be dividing the 2 by 1. So that I am going to be getting the theta value I am going to be getting. So once I am getting given the 2 divided by 1. So in this case what I am going to be getting, the P sin theta, that is equal to TAC sin 20 degrees. This is also, we are going to be getting the positive this case. So that's going to be plus PBC sin 50 degrees divided by equation 1, that is going to be P cos theta divided by PAC cos 20 degrees minus PBC cos 50 degrees. So in this case PP will going to be cancelled. This is going to be tan theta, that is equal to this component we are going to be getting. So once we are going to be substituting, the TA is equal to what is the, we do have the TAC is equal to the maximum permissible tension in the AC rope is going to be 3.5 kilonewtons. Next one, TBC is equal to 3.5 kilonewtons. At the same time, we are going to be substituting in this equation. So what I am going to be getting here, 3.5 sin 20 degrees. This is also 3.5 sin 50 degrees divided by 3.5 cos 20 degrees minus 3.5 cos 50 degrees. So once we are getting this equation, we are going to be simplifying cos 20 and cos sin 20, sin 50, cos 50 values we are going to be substituting, and then finally the tan theta is equal to, we are getting, that is the tan theta is equal to 3.703. Then from this one, the theta is equal to tan inverse the 3.703. Then finally theta is equal to 75 degrees, we got it. So here the angle is going to be making 75 degrees. Is it clear? And then what is the maximum of the P value? So if I am going to be substituting this theta in this equation, suppose the equation 1 or equation 2, so then what I am going to be getting, that's finally unknown parameter, the P I am going to be getting. So in this case the P cos 75 degrees, I substituted in the equation 1, that is equal to TA, that is going to be 3.5 cos 20 degrees minus 3.5 cos 50 degrees. So then I am going to be taking the cos 20, 75 towards the divided by this one. So then the finally the P is equal to, so once you are going to be dividing this parameter by cos 75 degrees, then we are getting, that's going to be 4.0 kilonewtons we got it. This is the load is going to be acting at this point. The P is equal to 4 kilonewtons are acting. In this case TAC is going to be 3.5 kilonewtons and TBC is equal to 3.5 kilonewtons. So then they are making an angle 20 degrees as well as the 50 degrees respectively. After these calculations, the equation of equilibrium, that's going to be the forces. See, summation of the forces in x direction is equal to 0, the summation of the forces in the y direction is equal to 0. When we applied in this equation, the unknown parameters P as well as the theta, we have calculated. The theta is equal to 75 degrees and P is equal to 4 kilonewtons. And then finally we got this equation.